Hi everybody, just a quick video today to look at a tool within Civil 3D that will assist us when creating our profiles. So when we're using Civil 3D affords us a lot of tools to create profiles. Most of those are graphical or a combination of graphical and numerical. However, we also have the ability to create a profile from a file, which can be of great assistance, especially if we were to plot out a profile like this and maybe lay something out by hand using triangles and then determining values for PVI elevations and slopes and elevations and things like that. Once we have that data, being able to enter it into a Excel spreadsheet or a notepad file could be of great value when it comes to creating it or recreating it here within Civil 3D. So the only trick to that is knowing what the format is. So let's take a quick look at that. In this particular demonstration, what I'm looking at is a model where I've got an existing horizontal alignment, I've got a surface, and then I've got a profile view that's showing the interaction of that alignment with the surface. What I would like to do now is lay in the proposed profile information, once again assuming that this had been printed and I've got a paper copy showing that numerical information. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Notepad. The only trick to this is we need to know the format, so I'm going to do it in Notepad right now. Could also be done in Excel, could be done in Word, could be done in a number of different applications, but it needs to follow a particular format at the end of the day. So whichever method lets you reach the appropriate format, go ahead and use that. In my case, we'll use Notepad. Basically what I'll do is put in station followed by elevation, space delimited. So we'll say start at an elevation or a station of 0, elevation 694.15. I'll then go to my next station, we'll say 207.82, space for my elevation next 695.19. And then what I'm going to do at that station is I also have the ability, if I want to start adding vertical curve data, I could put in another parameter for that. So let's say that I've got a parameter, a vertical curve of 150 feet. Vertical curves, when put in, are going to be looked at as symmetrical. There's not a mechanism that we can do asymmetrical vertical curves using a file. So keep that in mind. We'll then go to station 436.92, 689.46. This too will have a vertical curve of 150 feet. We'll then come down to 712.63, elevation 691.53. It too will have a vertical curve, and then that'll take us to the ending station here at 1240.60, elevation 682.29. All right, so as we create this file, the only caveats, once again, it's an ASCII file. It needs to be space delimited. It needs to have the station followed by a space and then the elevation. If you'd like to put in a vertical curve, you could put a space with maybe the third parameter we'd put in here. Keep in mind that for it to be a vertical curve, it can't start or end with a vertical curve. It must be one of the PVI stations in internal to the definition. We can't have any spaces at the beginning. We can't have any blank lines. If we have blank lines, it'll hit that and then end. If we have spaces at the beginning, it won't necessarily interpret that correctly for the station. And the last item within the file must be the elevation for the last station. So if we keep those things in mind, we'll go ahead and we'll save that. We'll say save as. I'm going to put that in my Tuesday folder here. Let's see, that is right here. My Tuesday folder, we'll call this Tuesday for right now as my profile text, and we'll say save. I'll go ahead and close that. Once completed, I'll be back into Civil 3D here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to Profile. We'll come down, and there is now an option to create Profile from File. It's actually been there for a number of years, probably one of the more underutilized features, but can still be very helpful if the information we have, once again, is more in a text or paper type format. So we'll go ahead and say Create Profile from File. We'll select Tuesday, which we just created. We'll go ahead and click Open. I'm going to give it the name. In this particular case, this is my proposed profile. It's going to align it with First Street. If I had multiple alignments in this file, it would make me select that. In this particular case, I just had one, so it already knows. I'll then give it the styles for how it should be displayed. We'll say this should be displayed as design profile. We'll come down, I'll add the complete label set to this so we can see the information for the vertical curves. We'll click on OK, and it automatically brings that information in. So we can see in doing that, we've got our PVI station elevation. We can see the information has been added for the vertical curves. And using the annotation labels for the complete label set, we see all of that identified for us on the screen. All right, very, very helpful tool. Once again, there are times when we have this in this type of format, so it's a great way to get started. Once getting started, I could always take and select this information, go into the geometry editor, and then continue to refine it as if I had created it geometrically or through a combination of geometrics and numerics. All right, so I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. See ya.